What's up, everybody? This is Jake Berkey, and behind me we have a brand new 2022 Ride RS. So one of my favorite parts about this buggy is the color. He picked out this midnight blue, and it just has this super sinister look to it. It's dark whenever the lights are out, but if you bring it outside, it just brightens up and has this really cool look to it. And I'm really glad that he went with the individual panels with the bars showing through, because it gave it just this aggressive pop. Because this is a Ride RS, the RS stands for rear steer, meaning that this buggy got a 40 spline 14 bolt in the rear. It also has a 40 spline 14 bolt in the front. And we're running 1550 joints in all of our buggies so that you don't have to worry about any axle shafts breaking. It has a 427 stroker. It has a TH400 that's built for the Ultra 4 market, so it's got a full billet valve body, reverse manual system. It's all chromoly on the inside, built to the kill. We go with an Atlas Pro so that we're not worried about having Atlas failures. We went ahead and upgraded everything to the Atlas Pro, which does come standard on our buggies. 1410 drive shafts. We've got heavy duty wall tubing, which is 250 wall. The drive shaft tubing in this buggy is what a lot of guys are running on their link bars. Super strong. Also new for 2022, we have doors on this buggy, which are super slick and make it a lot easier to come in and out. You've got the rock sliders on this buggy, which is really awesome. You can step in and step out. You don't have to worry about slinging your leg over the outside. He went for the heated seat package, which is really nice for those cold days. PRP seat upgrade, rugged radios communications package, and rock lights. All right, so check these shocks out, man. These things make me so excited. Every time I look at them, I just get giddy. Like, they make me super happy. These are bad to the bone. These are 3-inch diameter shocks with all of the bypass tubes. That is a 6-tube bypass, and we didn't even stop there. You see this tiny little tube up here? No. We put big tubes all the way around. This is the top dog. 427 stroker. All the woo-pow. No more slinging your leg over the top. We've got doors and steps. This buggy is the first buggy that has come out with our brand new stainless steel Busted Knuckle Off Road rear steer sensor log. Now what this does is it basically has a cable that goes from your steering knuckle over to a plunger that's on the inside. You've got 2 sensors, and as you move the rear steer back and forth, these sensors are triggered. They go to an electronic unit that's underneath the seat, and it can automatically come directly back to center. This is brand new for 2022, and it'll come on all of our models going forward. And if you look right here, we have a rear hitch, and you slide your hitch in there. You've got your ball sitting right down here, and right up here is your rear view camera, which is super sweet, because you can take this buggy and back directly up to your trailer, hook up to your trailer, and move your trailer around if you want to. You can also double this up as a step to get up inside, get to your cooler and whatever else. That's some pretty cool stuff. For 2022, we went with a 22-gallon fuel cell, which actually is a little bit shorter back here in the back versus previous models. So then we were able to take our luggage rack and drop it down a little bit farther. Now you've got a lot better visibility. Plus, with the 22 extra gallons, you can go a lot farther, especially for those guys that are on the West Coast. We've got a brand new screen in the 2022 model buggies. If you see right here on the screen, you've got a whole bunch of really cool features. Starting out, you've got your regular gauges, just like you would have in any vehicle. Down here, you've got voltage, you've got your hour meter, you've got a mileage counter, and you've got your fuel level. Over here in the corner, you've got a GPS signal, which basically tells you whether or not you're hooked up to GPS. As you hit this button on the left-hand side, you can cycle through a couple different screens, and in this particular screen, we have our Obd2 Diagnostics. This is super awesome for anybody who is into electronics and motors and stuff. You can actually look at your short-term and long-term fuel trims. You can look at your throttle percentage, your runtime, ECU volts, manifold pressure, intake temperature, everything that's associated with the vehicle's running can be found on this Obd2 Diagnostics menu, which is really handy. If you hit the button one more time, we have a navigation screen, and the navigation screen is really awesome, especially if you're out there on the west side of the continent and you're over there, you know, going through the desert or something. You've got your altitude, you've got your latitude, your longitude, you've got a compass, your GPS speed, your heading, everything to be able to navigate is right here on this screen. The screen also does some really cool stuff, like if you get low on fuel, a little light will pop up and it'll say low fuel. So anything less than 25%, it gives you a warning. It says, hey man, you need to get some gas. If your engine was to overheat, this actually will pop up with a big red asterisk and say, hey, you're overheating, shut the buggy down. And we've programmed the engines to start cutting timing at the same time. The third thing that's really cool is the oil pressure. It does the same thing. If you're on a steep climb or something, or you flip over and for whatever reason you started losing oil pressure, the screen's gonna tell you, hey, you've lost oil pressure, and at the same time, it shuts the fuel pump down. So you have a really safe system to go foiling with. So a lot of guys ask us about these doors. They're worried about having doors on a rock bouncer. We've addressed those concerns. We've actually beefed up the hinges on these things with some really nice heavy duty parts. And then we added our anti-intrusion plates over here on the side, so the door cannot pass the threshold of the buggy without having those two pieces come in and contact each other. So all the concerns that you guys have about doors on a rock bouncer have been addressed. And the other cool thing about this buggy, the communication package. It is amazing to be in a vehicle like this and be able to clearly talk to your passenger, and at the push of a button, be able to talk to everybody else in the group.